How's it going, guys? Tris TV here. Welcome to another one of my ranking videos. Today I'm going to be ranking the Arsenal squad of players I'd rather keep, loan or sell. This is just what I think, so if you have any other suggestions then just leave them in the comment section below. So without further ado, let's go on to the first player, Bernd Leno. Keep. Really good goalkeeper, really commanding, good shot stopper. However, does have his weaknesses such as kicking, but this can be worked on, and just been really impressed with him ever since he joined from Leverkusen, and this season he's been very good despite our bad season we've had. Rune Alex Runarsson is a sell from me. Didn't look great in that Manchester City game in the Carabao Cup, didn't look great in the Europa League against Dundalk or Molde, and I don't know why we brought him. We could have kept Martinez to provide even more competition for Leno, because Martinez has done very well this season at Aston Villa, so I just cut my losses with Rune Alex Runarsson. Matt Ryan, if he was still here, I'd keep him. He hasn't really had much chances when he was here on loan from Brighton and Hove Albion. However, when he did play, he was a very good goalkeeper, very commanding, and obviously Premier League proven, so knows the league well. So if he was still here, I'd keep Matt Ryan. Kieran Tierney, certain keep. Whenever he's not in the team, our team just looks very down and not very attacking, so he brings that attacking spark to our team. However, he does get injured quite a lot, and which is why we brought in a backup left back, Nuno Tavares. So in case he gets injured, which is quite frequently for him, we have a backup left back that we can just switch around in the Premier League games. Hector Bellerin, it's unfortunate for him, but sell. Hasn't looked the same since that ACL injury he had, and just lost his pace. Doesn't seem like he wants to be at the club anymore. So it's only right that we can just cash on him now when I think he's 27. So this would be the best time to cash in on him. And he's been a very loyal servant, but I just think his time's up at this club. Gabriel, obviously a keep for me. Been very impressed with him ever since he came from the French league, from Lille. Not afraid, no nonsense centre back, and is just what we need in this Arsenal team. So Gabriel, keep. Rob Holding is a sell from me. Him and Bellerin in defence, whenever we've been in games, they don't look very confident when passing out from the back or passing to each other, and it just puts us in unnecessary and dangerous situations, and which is why we've made some silly errors this season. So Rob Holding, I'd sell. Cedric, I'd keep him. He hasn't really had much chances this season because of course Bellerin's been starting, but he's then come in and I have been impressed with him, so I'd just keep him as a rotation player. He's a very good backup, so I'd keep Cedric. Callum Chambers, I'd keep him as well. Can play multiple positions such as centre back and right back. Been very impressed with him towards the tail end of the season when he came in as a right back. He did very well there, so I think he should be the right back or even replace Rob Holding if he was to leave. So Callum Chambers, I'd keep him, but I wouldn't keep him as our starting right back, even though he did very well. Pablo Mari is a keep from me. A very good, reliable backup centre back, very calm and composed under pressure, and I've just been very impressed with him. I think him and Gabriel would be a very good pairing together. It's just a shame that Arteta wants players or centre backs that are left and right footed, and I don't see what the point in that is when they can just both play together, and I've seen them both play together and they do a very, very good job. So I'd keep Pablo Mari. David Luiz, he's already gone, but if he was still here I would have sold him. I think his time's up, as well as Bellerin, and he's a legend. Played, of course, Chelsea won the Champions League. Been very reliable, especially to help Gabriel get used to the Premier League and help him settle in. So I think David Luiz, you've been a very, very good servant to this club, but I think it's time you cut your losses with us. Bukayo Saka, obviously a keep. Done very, very well for England at the Euros. Been one of the shining lights this season from our academy. He can only get better in the future, so I'd keep him, and if we can build a team around him, then the future's looking bright. Dani Ceballos, sell. He's gone back to Madrid, and when he was here, made a lot of mistakes in that midfield area, even admitted that the Premier League wasn't his style. We got him on another year of a loan, but just didn't look the same. Had one good performance against Burnley the season before, however, just didn't look like he wanted to be here and didn't want to play, so he's gone. Martin Odegaard, same, gone back to Madrid, but I would have kept him still. He did very okay in his loan spell, but didn't really have a full season for me to say wow, or yeah, he's a player we really want. But from seeing the little glimpses, I would have kept him. Emil Smith Rowe, a keep. Ever since that Chelsea game in December, he's just looked amazing. He's made that cam spot his. Very good Hale End Academy graduate, and I'd certainly love to keep him in this squad, and I just think if he keeps up his performances, we've got a player. Mohamed Elneny, sell. Known as Mohamed El Sideways, always sideways passing, and our midfield has been our weakest point this season, and it's no coincidence that we've struggled to score goals, because we haven't really been having the good deliveries from the midfielders to the strikers. So Mohamed Elneny, I'd sell. Thomas Partey, he's been very unfortunate with injuries coming from Atletico Madrid, but from what I've seen of him in some games, he's looked very, very, very good. He just needs a very, very good midfield partner next to him so that we can get the best out of Thomas Partey, and it's only his first season in the Premier League, and every player struggles in their first season in the Premier League, so I think we should give Thomas Partey another chance. Granit Xhaka, I think his time's up at the club. Made that mistake against Burnley. One of the number one most error-prone players in the Premier League. Hasn't looked like the Xhaka we brought him for from Borussia Mönchengladbach. It's time we just sold him right now. Alex Lacazette. I'd keep Lacazette. From the games I've seen him play, he does have his goal scoring form. It's just he hasn't really looked like himself this season. And with him only having a year on his contract, he's going to leave on a free next season, and there isn't really any. We should just extend the contract, so if we were to sell him, we'd actually get a profit, because I don't like that Arsenal love to run their players' contracts down. So I think we should really extend his contract so that we can get money out from him and not let him leave on a free next summer. Willian, I don't really know why we bought him on stupidly high wages. He's been starting and just not look like he wanted to play in this team. And it's no coincidence that we've just been kind of shocking at scoring goals, even up front. So the sooner Willian goes, the better. Aubameyang, it's very, very harsh on him this season, but I think he's just had an off season because he has shown his qualities. I know he can score goals. We all know what Aubameyang can do. I really just think it's an off season for him. And of course he contracted malaria and kind of has messed him up a little bit. But I hope he can recover because I really do know Aubameyang is capable of hitting the big heights. So I think he should really stay at the football club. And it's really rare that there's many strikers out there like Aubameyang. Eddie Nketiah, sell. He's had most of his chances, hasn't really taken any of his chances, and with the amount of strikers we have, I just don't see him dislodging any of them. It's just time we got rid of him and just cashed in on him. We should just extend his contract and just sell him, or just even sell him now when we can get money for him and not run his contract down. Reiss Nelson, I think a loan move would be very, very good for him because he hasn't had very, very much chances this season. However, I really do want us to keep him because I know what he is capable of doing, and I know he is a very, very good academy player. However, I think he just needs a loan spell because I think him being in the under-23s football isn't going to help him. He needs men's football week in, week out so that he can improve his physicality for this league. Nicola Pepe, no doubt keep him. When he has played, he's shown his qualities, and I think he's starting to find his feet in this league, and I think with a good right back behind him and some good midfielders, we can get the best out of Pepe the next coming season. Gabriel Martinelli, he's a keep from me. Very, very good winger, very, very fast, very, very quick, very skillful. And I really don't understand why Arteta hasn't used him very much. Of course he has been injured, but there is no excuse to not use him and shift him in when some players are looking unfit. So Martinelli I'd keep. William Saliba I'd keep. He hasn't really had any chances to prove himself. I don't know what he's done. I don't know why Arteta didn't like him. He was near the team at the start of the season, but then Arteta just sent him on loan to Nice and sent him on loan again to Marseille. And I don't know what's happened with William Saliba. I hope he gets his chance, but I'm going to change it. I just think... No, I'm just going to keep him. I was going to say sell him, however, I do think he has something to prove. It's just a matter of time before Arteta starts him. Sead Kolasinac. Nah, they brand him the tank, but he's not very good defensively. Very, very shaky. I just think it's time we just sold him now. There's a reason he's not in Mikel Arteta's plans and a reason he got sent on loan to Schalke. I think it's time we just got rid. Mavropanos. I would loan him. We have an abundance of centre backs, and he's not going to really get his chance much. However, he has gone on loan to Stuttgart again, and I just don't think he's in Mikel Arteta's plans, and it's a shame, really. I really would have loved to see him play, but it doesn't seem like Arteta wants him anymore. Joe Willock. a keep from me. Had a superb season on loan at Newcastle in January, and I think he has proved that that midfield spot, that centre mid spot, him and Partey together, I think that would be a very, very good pairing. It just depends if Arteta wants to use him, but if I was the coach or manager, I'd use him. I was very, very impressed with his Newcastle loan spell, and I think he's ready. He's definitely ready to play in the Arsenal first team. Maitland-Niles is a shame, really. He wants to play centre mid, and he's not going to get those chances at the football club. He's been very good right back, but he doesn't want to play right back, and that's the reason he moved to West Brom on loan, and I don't think he sees his future here, so we should just cash in on him now. Lucas Torreira, I want to see him given a chance under Arteta. I don't know why Arteta in the first place loaned him out. I know we were buying Partey, but I really think that Torreira would have done well because I've been impressed with him, but I just don't see if he's going to be in Arteta's plans for the coming season, but I'd certainly keep him. I really like him as a player. Very good, very technical, so I'd keep Lucas Torreira. Matteo Guendouzi, well, I would have kept him, but it seems that he's just not in Arteta's plans, and Arteta just moved him on to Marseille with Saliba. I don't know why. I know he had that spat with Neil Maupay, but I think he just could have put that behind him, and Arteta just could have just said to him, don't do it again, or just encourage him and just help him, because I know he is a very capable player. I know he has his attitude problems, but that can be fixed. So I would have kept Matteo Guendouzi. Arthur Okonkwo, I think he needs a loan. In the latest pre-season game against Hibs, it wasn't his fault for conceding the goal, but I just think that he needs some men's football, because playing in the under-23s, I think he's kind of a bit not too good, but I think he's good enough to be playing men's football. But I just think he needs a loan at either. I think League One to start with, that would be a very good loan move for him. Miguel Aziz, I think he needs a loan move as well, because he's playing under 23s football. He's looked very well, but I just don't see how he's going to get past any of our midfielders. He could prove me wrong and get past some of the midfielders, but I just think that he needs men's football like Arthur Okonkwo, and I'd send him to like a League One club, because that would be a very good starting point for him. Following Balogun, I'd definitely keep him. He looked very good in those Europa League games last season, and I do think that he is a good striker. I do think he could be rotated, but we just have a lot of competition in strikers, but he can definitely learn a lot from our current strikers and our current team. Thank you very much, guys, for watching my video. Hope you enjoyed, and peace out.